Columbus wasn't the first to suggest sailing west to reach Asia. An Italian named Paolo Toscanelli had proposed such a voyage before Columbus ever approached the court of Spain. The first world maps were drawn by an ancient Greek named Ptolemy. Although his maps were completely wrong, people believed in his work up until the 15th century. Say, this map seemed related to the voyages of Diego Gomez, the Portuguese captain who coasted down the coast of Africa. Diego's voyage gave We're almost ready to cast off, but first let's learn to navigate. Use the mast to adjust the sail. When the sail is open, we'll blow with the wind, but when the sail is closed, we'll drift with the current instead. When you're ready, ring the ship's bell to start moving. You've found a message in a bottle, and it looks like part of Carmen's note. Keep this up and we'll have Carmen bottled up tight soon enough. Smooth move. The compass says we're now pointing west. Let's observe the wind and the current. The wind is heading west, and the current is going east. Columbus is somewhere to the west, so the wind looks like our best bet. Try opening the sail to catch the wind, then ring the bell. Aye, aye, Captain. The sail is open, so westward blowing will now be going. Hold on to your hat. Good sailing, Captain. The helm is at your command. Remember, keep a close eye on the wind and current conditions and adjust the sail to keep us heading towards Columbus. Nice We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. At your behest, we're now pointing west. At your behest, we're now pointing west. Nice exposure. That's a great... At... Nice exposure. At your behest, we're now pointing west. At your behest, we're now pointing west. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. All right, we've reached the West Indies. Let's hit the beach and look for Columbus. Say, I think we've made a discovery of our own. We've found Captain Christopher Columbus.
Gentlemen, I assure you I have everything under control. After all, I'm Christopher Columbus. I'll find the way home.
This scene feels sort of familiar, eh, fellow Norseman? But a bunch of sailors arguing on a beach doesn't mean a thing. These ships were armed with two types of cannon, large bombardas and smaller espingardes, which fired granite balls and lead shot. Ouch!
A fine ship, isn't she? That's the Nina, my favorite ship.
That sturdy sea chest has a bad case of lockjaw. Too bad we don't have a key.
I must be in China. These plants smell like cinnamon and rhubarb, plants that grow near China and Japan.
These plants might smell like cinnamon and rhubarb, but they aren't. Misleading evidence like this helped convince Columbus that he'd reached China rather than a whole new continent. What Europeans called the New World was old news to these natives, who had a thriving culture here when Columbus arrived.
Please, don't rile up my anxious crew. You'd think they'd love being trapped in a paradise. But instead, they just want to get home to Spain. Oh, my charts, my charts. I'm getting island fever without them. How I long to see again the noble plains of Spain. The ocean charts I created on my westward voyage was stolen, and now my men are making waves. They refuse to sail back across the sea without a good map for navigation. A grubby-looking thief wormed his way on board, posing as one of my crew, and hooked my charts. Then he sailed off with one of my ships, the Pinta. My sailors are a suspicious lot. They won't set sail until they see the charts that prove I know the way home. Why, I am Christopher Columbus. I'm the brave explorer who just discovered the fabulous and westward route to this place, China. Of course this is China. I sailed directly west from Spain to get here. And everyone knows that there's no other land between Spain and China. I'd prove it to you, except someone stole my charts from that sea chest. What's this? Whoever stole my charts left behind a strange scrap of paper. Hardly a fair trade.
Say, that's a piece of the Carmen note. The thief must have dropped it in the chest when he stole Columbus's charts. All right, the map is safely inside. Phew, that's a load off my chest. That sturdy sea chest.
We meet again. Interesting theory. I could check your ID against my charts if they hadn't been stolen. What's this? There's a chart in my chest. It's not the original, but it has all of the information to make an eastward sea journey. All right, men. I forgot to mention that a great explorer always carries a second map.
That was a brilliant way to get Columbus to examine our chart. Now he can head back for Spain, and we can join him. I suspect our thief plans to meet Carmen at a time portal in Europe, and we'll be there. It's good to be aboard ship again. Shall we take another look at our chart? Don't worry, we're stocked with plantains from the islands of the West Indies. I find them quite appealing.
Ah, the wind, the water, the salty spray. There's nothing I like better than a sea voyage, except maybe fame and glory. It seems you're currently applying many of the methods I did, like using the wind and current to move forward, and a compass or the sun to establish direction. Earlier explorers tried to sail west from Spain, but were blown back by strong winds called the westerlies. But I sailed south along the coast of Africa first, then turned west. I found the winds that come out of the east called the easterlies. Oh yes, many. I barely avoided the Sargasso Sea, a huge floating mass of seaweed. Plus, I had to tangle with a mutinous crew. The largest ship, the Santa Maria, is my flagship. My two smaller ships, called caravels, are the Nina and the Pinta. You have no idea. It took me 17 years to convince someone to fund my expedition. I had almost given up hope until Queen Isabella opened her royal purse.
Nice navigating. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. The compass is... Our ship is now no... The compass is... Good grief! I believe we've found the Sargasso Sea. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. The compass is needling... We're in the westerlies. These winds coming from the west are blowing us straight east towards Europe. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. After that move... After that move... Now... Ah, we're back in Europe at last. Let's hurry back to Spain and hook that crook.
Columbus, you've returned. We thought the sea had swallowed you up.
The sea is no match for Christopher Columbus. I made many great discoveries on my voyage, and I could not have returned without the aid of these helpful travelers. But now, Your Majesty, let's turn to that new title and those grand rewards we discussed.
I have a better idea. Let's outfit some more ships and send you back.
Mamma mia!
Great grab! That completes the Carmen note. Hang on, I'll fire up the time cuffs for some arresting action.
So the note this time mentions that they're hiding behind a map of the New World that features the New World, which the only map here that features that is this one. Also, it wasn't here before.
Eureka! That's a map of the New World, the only map which shows the American continents. It's the one from Carmen's note.
Now regular travel between Europe. You're doing great work, and we need you to keep it up. Another crime has struck another time. Can you take the case? You're heading for the height of Europe's Renaissance, Florence, Italy in 1505. But where there should be a masterpiece, there's just a lot of moping. See if you can cheer things up. I wouldn't think of sending you to the Renaissance without Renaissance. Great painter and good guide. Good luck, and remember to keep your detective work in perspective.
Hey there, hipster. Where are we now, you ask? Let's see. Italy, 1505. Yes, it's a Renaissance, all right. That fellow over there
remain of my stolen notebooks. The thief used them to build his jesting machine. I am a painter and a sculptor, but I'm also an inventor. I have a deep interest in mechanics. I have a theory that mechanical flight is actually possible. Do you think that's strange? Well, I don't like to brag, but a flying machine, an armored vehicle, rapid-fire crossbows, paddle boats, bicycles, and the list goes on. Of course, these were never actually built, but they do look splendid on home done. Perfecto! That's just the smile I want to see. Mysterious,
spin the tool on the tile, we end up with the loot. Right on! This is one knight whose quest is over. We nabbed old Sir Vile for the second time. Back to Acme Jail for you, Sir Vile. Perhaps we'll put that plate armor of yours to good use this time as license plates.
Fie, I am recaptured. But do not gloat, ye Acme rogues. Lady Carmen still roams free.
Well done, Detective. You subdued Sir Vile again, got the machinery in order, and helped Leonardo get a chuckle out of Mona Lisa. Thanks to you, art and science of the Renaissance will keep coming together in wild new ways. Excellent work, as usual.
Yes, you are quite a worthy opponent. But in the end, I'll outsmart you. I've got much grander plans underway.
Sounds like another time crime is already in the works. Can you move on to another case right now? Your next stop in time is the 16th century, in the heart of Central America. The centuries